I thank you very much for joining. Today we look at the Nationality Borders Bill, which is before Parliament and has received second reading. We look at this particular bill because of the controversy that it has generated over the last few weeks. Although we were alerted last year about certain aspects of the bill, particularly Clause 9, some people call it Clause 19, which is very draconian and life-changing for migrants and migrant British citizens in the UK. Clause 9 of the new bill, if passed, will deprive British citizens of their citizenship, and it gives the Secretary of State power not to give them notice of the deprivation. The concern we have is that under the current law, particularly Section 45 of the British Nationality Act of 1981, the Secretary of State has a duty to serve any person who's been deprived of their British citizens. Can you imagine being deprived of your British citizenship and not being provided with notice of the deprivation? Can you imagine traveling out of the country, arriving at Heathrow Airport and being informed that although you left as a British citizen, you are no longer a British citizen and you will not be allowed to enter the UK? Can you imagine that being a British citizen, suddenly you receive a letter from the driver's license DVLA to inform you that your driver's license has been revoked, or that your employment has ceased because your British citizenship has been revoked? It may be that is the first time that you've been informed that your British citizenship has been revoked. This is why members of Parliament on both sides have raised particular issues with this aspect of the law. How can they deprive you of your citizenship without notification? Your citizenship can be revoked without notification, one, if it is impractical to inform you. Impracticability has not been defined. Two, where they do not know your whereabouts. Three, if there are national security concerns. Four, for diplomatic reasons. And five, for any other reason which is in the interest of the state. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where we have problems with this particular bill. Who defines what impracticability is? Who defines what diplomatic relationship is? Who defines what for matters of state security? We are all aware that decisions made by the Secretary of State for the Home Department, if it goes to court, at least over 40% of those decisions are either declared unlawful, illegal, or not in accordance with the law. Does it mean that revocation decisions will also give rise to illegality, unlawfulness? My advice to all of you is that speak to your MP even at this late stage, because laws can be revoked or amended. My advice to you is that this also affects our children who've been born in the UK. Because as a Ghanaian, if your child was born in the UK and he holds a British citizen, although he has not actively exercised his citizenship as Ghanaian, this law affects him because he could be deprived of his British citizenship by the mere fact that the Ghanaian constitution allows dual nationality. They could define him to be a Ghanaian. Therefore, we must be very careful, because the circumstances under which this law can be applicable to you is very profound in situations where there are issues of national security, in situations where the Secretary of State believes that your presence here is dangerous to national interest or the public interest or the national security. We must therefore speak up. We must therefore speak to our MPs. We must therefore ask our Prime Minister to have a second look at this law and possibly to have it amended. If it's not amended whilst it's in play, Can I ask all of you to speak to your children that although they hold British citizenship, that citizenship can be taken away because they also hold dual Ghanaian citizenship. It doesn't matter if they've never held a Ghanaian passport before, because a Ghanaian citizenship says your child, you as Ghanaian, your child is also a Ghanaian, although they also hold British citizenship. I hope this is helpful to all of you, and this is the task that we have. We must all speak up and ensure that this draconian law is taken out of our statute books. Thank you very much.